What's up, y'all? Y'all are back with Hip Hop Basement. We're here with Richie Re, the lovely Richie Re, and we in the studio with her. Go and talk to the people for us.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Richie. We are here in the freaking studio vibes. Actually, they just crashed my fucking studio session. So, I mean, let's go. Let's get it.
We did. You know, we had to come talk to you, girl. Mm-hmm. So, I just wanted to, get a little bit of an idea of who is Richie Re for the people who know and love you and rock with you already, but also for people who just getting a taste. So, let them know where you're from and, talk to us about that.
All right, so yes, y'all. So, I am from Flint, Michigan, 810. A lot of people are like, "Oh, you from Detroit?" No, I'm from Flint. I'm from Flint, Michigan. It's a huge difference. Murder Mitten for a reason. But definitely, I've been in Atlanta for almost, 5 years now. But Atlanta and Flint, Michigan is a huge difference. People be like, what's the difference? It's a whole huge difference because Atlanta is like, to me, coming from a small city, it's like, it's a freaking huge country, if you ask me. But with that being said, this place in Atlanta, everybody wants to move here.
Do you tend to run into anybody that you know from back home?
No.
No?
No. No.
Okay.
I don't. But maybe once or twice, but not really. Rarely ever. Like, people that come here from home, they literally tap in, tap out. But, I mean, Atlanta's lit. Like, I feel like I should have been born here. That's how I feel. All
right, well, that answers my next question. I was going to ask you how you like it living here
I love it here. I love it here. Atlanta is definitely, it's a vibe. And it's definitely a place, like, I feel like Atlanta is the culture. It's a place for the culture. They say New York birthed hip-hop. I feel like Atlanta birthed the culture. So with that being said, I ain't leaving. I'm stuck. I'm stuck here for a minute.
I feel it. I hear you on that one. So a little bit as far as growing up, you mentioned Flint, Michigan. We know that, your city has seen some hardships, has gone through some stuff. What was it like growing up there?
Growing up in Flint, Michigan, honestly, as a kid, it was amazing. It was great. I never wanted for anything growing up as far as like food and stuff like that. I feel like if we ever did, go without anything, my parents never allowed me to know those things. Like, I feel like now that I'm an adult today, the things that I know today, I knew like, damn, my mom and dad really worked their ass off to provide for me and my other 4 siblings. But they hid that shit really well. I will say that back then when I was a little girl, it was amazing. But it's like as soon as I hit that teenage era, it was like I started noticing a little more poverty, a little bit more of, it was a lot of schools closing and like it wasn't as much opportunity. Once you hit like the 10th grade, 11th grade in high school, you gotta figure out where you gonna go, what career path you choosing, to go down. And around that time, I was a bit confused, honestly, because I was like, man, here are my siblings. They all took the GM route. If you know Michigan, it's General Motors. And I wasn't the one to take the General Motors route. My mother and my 2 sisters, they actually did the General Motors route. I was like, I'm not doing that. I don't want to be a robot. I want to go somewhere else. I actually moved to North Carolina, and my mom was pissed. Honestly, when I think back, I should have did it because I would have been like making like $35 an hour. But I took my chances and I went somewhere else. And I'm actually happy that I did because today, like 2021, it's hard in Flint, Michigan. Like, there are no jobs. There are no resources to actually try to make it. Honestly, I feel like if you haven't been in a job field for the past 5 years up till now, it's kind of a struggle for you. It really is. Honestly, I take that back because like my sisters, they've been in the shop for 15 plus years since they were 18 and, and it's still hard. And General Motors, they pay really good money. At the end of the day, it's like, it's still hard.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I'm happy I moved. I'm happy I made a different, career path choice. Although my parents at the time were not happy with it, I feel like, they supported and whatnot. But honestly, I feel like I made the most perfect decision as to moving from Flint, Michigan for me.
And would you say that you always knew you wanted to do music, or was that something you came across like as you got older?
So as far as music, I have to keep it 100. My brother growing up, he's the oldest. I'm the baby. He used to produce beats and everything. My brother was in the streets heavy. He'd been to prison, all that stuff. You'll hear it in my music. I've always wanted to mimic him and do things with him that I was not allowed to do.
What's the age gap, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, my brother.
20 years, brother.
16 years older than me.
Oh,
he's
okay.
Yeah, he's older. Okay. He taught me a lot from a man's standpoint, from relationship things and like in my relationship, my guy he can't stand me to a certain extent because I'm a woman. Clearly, you can see, but I think like a man, and it's because of my brother.
Because of your brother.
But skipping that to the side, as far as like the streets, I learned everything from my brother. My brother taught me a lot of shit. Mainly from the streets, and it goes back to me saying that he used to do music, or he still do music to this day. He's not mainstream, but it was a way that he actually, I feel like music saved him because it was a way that he expressed himself,
like an outlet.
Like an outlet. So I would watch him in the basement, my mom's basement, making beats, rapping and this and that. I was like, man, I want to be like him. I want to do that, but I never had the courage to do it until a couple years ago. I was like, man, I always wanted to do music. But I don't know. And I did that shit and it felt right. It felt great. And the first person I called, literally the first person I called when I did my first little recording, I called my brother. I was like, you gotta hear this shit. This shit hard.
And what was his reaction?
No, it's not it. He told me it wasn't.
He kept it real with you. But he been like that your whole life.
I love him because he told me like dead ass like, nah sis. He dead ass won't say no bitch, that's not it. But he was like, nah sis, it's not it. You gotta go back in there and like and feel that shit and just honestly when I first took the moment to say I wanted to do music, this was around when Cardi came out. Cardi was like buzzing. And I loved her for her originality, for her, she was funny as fuck. I was like, man, she is different from what the fuck I see today. But it started right there and I was like, I really want to do music. When I started doing music, I just was doing it off of the fact that I wanted to do it. I didn't know it the way I know it today. I didn't feel it the way I feel it today. You know what I'm saying? So when I was doing it, and I sent to my brother, he was like, "Nah, say that." I was like, "Damn, what do you mean?" And I understood it after a little bit. After a while had passed, I understood what he was saying. It was some shit that you feel internally. We get so caught up today in society and social media. We be like, "Oh, we gotta sound like so and so. We gotta do this. We gotta to go viral. We gotta do this to pop."
It's the opposite.
It's the opposite. You gotta do what you feel. And also, it's okay to be different. It's okay to sound different. It's okay to look different. It's okay to pop your shit different. It's okay. But you have to be confident behind that shit. That's one thing about me. Truth. I'm a confident bitch.
That's the truth.
Okay?
No, I can definitely see that. When you walk in the room, and that's something that's going to emulate to the younger generation. No, that's facts. You mentioned your sound. So go ahead and tell the people as far as your sound. How would you describe, out of your words, how would you describe your sound?
I know this interview is way about me. I know it's about me. But I have to shout out my little bro, YJ. He's from Flint, Michigan. He just literally, he been doing music a minute, but he just hit mainstream, as I should say. He got a different style of rap. It's kind of like offbeat situation. Okay. And when he was doing it, I was like, damn, that shit hard as fuck, but I can't do that. I don't want to try that. And when I got in the booth for him, he literally pushed me to my limits. And he was like, it's not about perfecting it, sis. It's really about just how you feel. And I was like, damn, man. I'm really scared. I don't want to do it. And then we got in the booth. We did the song Coochie Girl. And the shit turned out differently. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's different. But as far as the sound goes, I honestly feel like, and I feel like the people will feel like and say, I don't sound like nobody. And I'm okay with that. That to me, that's amazing. That's huge. Because no shade to nobody, but I would rather much have more respect to saying you don't sound like nobody to saying you sound like A, B, C, or D. Like my biggest music phenomenon as far as who I love in music and hip hop is Missy Elliott. She was always she's been ahead of her time for forever. And it seems to me like she's never been with the wave. She's never been with what's hot, what's the sound. She's always done her own thing. And for me, I feel like that's just been that's been successful for her. Yes. And I respect her and love her for that. Shout out to Missy Elliott. I'm going to speak that into existence. We're going to do a collab together, definitely.
I would love to see that.
Girl, me too.
But nah, you hit it right on the nose as far as saying like, you know, originality. I was actually just on Clubhouse the other day. We were talking about different female artists.
Yeah.
And so, you know, everyone likes to have that great debate. And that's literally what I was trying to explain to them. From my perspective as a DJ, I feel like when someone comes on the song and their sound, you can recognize their sound. Like you hear Cardi, you know it's Cardi. You hear this person, you know it's them. And so you hit it right on the nose with that one.
I agree.
So there was something I wanted to ask you, just reminded me of it. Who would you like to see? Actually, no. Let's stay on the topic of females in the music industry, because some of your songs that you did with my girl Nikki Nice, I love. Those are some of my favorites. Yeah, Nikki Nice. Yes, she be killing it, and so y'all together like it's fire. It's fire.
Nikki, shout out to Nikki.
Shout out to Nikki.
I gotta call her back too. She hit me the other day. I said, I'm gonna call you back. I'm gonna call her back. Definitely. I'm gonna call her after this interview. Nikki, no. As far as Nikki, and just for the simple fact that she's a woman.
Right.
You know, music industry, I feel like, you know, it is male dominated. We all know that. But I feel like that shit is changing.
Oh yeah.
You know, with the women, you know, doing that shit nowadays. Nikki Nice, she's phenomenal. She has a really great skill. The bitch even tried to show me how to make a beat before in a session, and I was like, damn, should I get into trying to make beats too? Then my manager was like, no, hold your horses, bitch. You're gonna be an artist. We ain't about to make no beats too. But with that being said, like Nikki, she's dope. Nikki, she was actually one of the first producers that actually believed in my music. Like she was really like, she was there. She's still there, I should say. And I fuck with her hard. She's a sweetheart. She's genuine, and she's a woman. Like, man, like I say, this industry is tough for females. You know, it's male dominated, so sometimes you got to figure out where you can fit in at, but at the same time, fit in at, but don't get hit at. If you know what I'm saying. So it's like I can respect. Any woman in the. Not any, but you know, you got those credentials and you got the actual backup to hit you, like to actually follow up with your skill and whatever. I definitely fuck with you in the industry if you're a female. Like that shit is lit, definitely.
For sure. So like, let's say if she did send you a beat, or any producer for that matter, what's like as it relates to the production, what's like the first thing you listen?
The first thing. So I'm a flute girl.
Okay.
I love flutes. I want to feel like you're taking me on a journey. I want to feel like you're taking me on a story. So like a single of mine called Big, that was by my DJ Brand New. He produced the beat, and I was the first person to actually get brand new DJ Brand New into producing beats. We was on a road, and I was like, yo, I really want you to remix or sample. It was a song. I have a song called No Love. I don't know the actual specific name of the freaking sample, but oh my god, they're gonna kill me. Anywho, Brand New did Big, and when he sent it to me, I was like, yo, this took me to Thailand or China. He was like, okay, cool. And I was like, I want to go to China. He was like, no.
You're like, literally.
No, I want to go to China. He was like, Richie, okay, but I'm not taking you to China. So I went to my management. I was like, yo, listen to this beat. It takes me somewhere, and it took me to China, bitch.
So you really went?
No, bitch, I went to Thailand.
Okay, close enough.
You know, it's actually further than China. And at the beginning, my management was like, bitch, you got me fucked up. No, I'm not taking 12 motherfuckers to China. And I was like, you know what? He was like, do you feel like it's needed? Do you feel like it's worth it? And I was like, honestly, I really do. I really do feel like it's worth it, and I feel like it's needed, because this is where it took me. This beat took me there. It took me on a story, and it made me feel like this. So we did that shit. We did that shit. BIH. Go stream that shit. Go watch that shit on YouTube. We went to motherfucking Thailand. And the motherfuckers treated me like Rihanna.
Oh,
okay.
I bet. They love us over there.
I was like, okay. It was weird at first. I was like,
especially
why are they so nice?
I could see them like just like gawking over you. Like,
it was crazy, and I loved every second.
I bet.
I was like, oh.
Now imagine you performing over there. That's gonna kill them.
I kind of did at one club. We'll talk about that in another interview. Okay. That was crazy. That was crazy.
Okay, so who would you say that you want to work with in 2021? I know you mentioned Missy. That's
Missy Elliott. I don't care when we work together, Missy. It ain't gotta be 2021. But it's going to be sometime during my career You know, I'm gonna speak that. I'm a firm believer of speaking things into existence. We're gonna do that.
Yes.
If not Missy Elliott, definitely Cardi. Nicki. I love the fact I like Mulatto. You know, she young thing doing her thing. I fuck with
I
her.
can definitely see y'all together.
Honestly, I like a lot of these. I like a lot of the females that's in the industry. I'm not a female to hate. Asian, I like her a lot. Like a lot of them, like their music speak differently from talking they shit, popping they shit from gang to everything. You know, I even like fucking Molly. I like fucking Flo Millie. Like I tap in with motherfuckers. I listen to, honestly, it ain't just about listening to their music. I listen to competition. Yeah, honestly, that's a key factor into this shit. You have to know your competition. You have to know what you're up against. Yeah. Unfortunately, but fortunately, if you get what I'm saying. Like you have to know what's out there. Right. Erica Banks, shout out to her. Her fucking single just went fucking crazy. She's viral right now. Busted. Right. Like that shit is lit. That shit is dope. I'm so ecstatic for the females that's in this shit right now because this shit ain't ever fucking happened really. Like when you had Kim, Foxy, you know, although Mary J and you know, Faith and them are not hip hop. Well, Mary kind of crossed over to hip hop a little bit, but back then it's just like you didn't have that. You did not have that. You had them. You had the odds playing at each other. Like it's like now it's like I feel like it's just like it's female. It's time for the females to just fucking climb. And I can't forget Meg. Meg with the motherfucking knees. Like make a style. Definitely like I fuck with all them. And it is what it is.
For sure, for sure. So, as far as like, I know Corona's been like dragged out like right now. So, what's some things you've been doing to kind of keep busy?
Just you know, recording new music, staying in rehearsal. I actually just got booked for my first show. Okay. In Savannah, Georgia, with Saucy Santana.
Oh, okay.
It's lit. You know,
y'all gonna do that walk.
You know.
Definitely.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm very excited for that. I'm a little nervous too because my bitch ain't performed in like 6 months, and that's a long time for like anybody.
But listen, the energy in that room is gonna be crazy because people itching to be out and just see that energy. So they're gonna get you.
I can't wait. So I'm excited. I'm excited about that. Outside of that, I'm just continuously like just pushing my music. Continue just trying to stay busy, trying to stay out there with the content and all that.
Yes, content is big right now.
I ain't stopping no matter what hit us. COVID, Bovid, Lovid, whatever you hit me with, I'm still coming. Okay.
I love to hear it. I can't wait to hear what's next, see what's next with you. I was doing a little bit of research. I came across your song "If I Want To."
Oh my god! No.
We had to ask. We're not gonna go too deep into it, but I was just wanting to know, as far as remixes, like, do you think that the mixtape era is dead? Like, because I personally like to hear artists, you know, remix other songs, freestyle over other beats that are popular.
Honestly, so I would love to freestyle over the original beat. You know, Nas and them. Like, if I want to, the Uchiwali. I would you give me an idea now. I would definitely love to murder the beat. When I first did that song, again, I don't know if I tapped it at the beginning, but when I first started doing music, I've always had a love for music, but I never felt like I had the resources to do it. But once I figured out living in Atlanta, I had the resources and took that shit before, so I don't think I took it as serious as I take it now. You know, right. And that's really just being strategically I'm just being honest. If I want to was cute. What I said was some real shit. You know, I take a nigga if I want to. You know, but I ain't on that bullshit. Like that's that little young shit. Like, bitch, if the nigga is wanted, he's wanted. Like it is what it is. But I would slay the fuck out of that damn beat right now.
Do it
compared to then.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. And I know you mentioned earlier, as far as like, you know, the industry tends to, I mean, even now, I know you mentioned before, like, as far as women being against each other, but I think, I mean, even as we've seen with the Gucci and Jeezy situation, what's your take on like rap beefs? And do you think that that's something that the fans play a part of? Like,
it's definitely.
What's your thoughts on that?
Honestly, I feel like it's needed. They're gonna kill me. It's needed. It's needed. It is. Just to keep it spicy, you know, a tad bit. But I feel like if you know who you are, you're going to be fine at the end of the day. And it's how you play it. It's how you playing it. As far as like the Jeezy and the Gucci, shout out to them niggas, you know. I feel like they did their shit. The verses, I was lit. I was excited. I was at home, rooting like I was in a motherfucking club, like it was crazy. But I love how they went out and finished it.
Yeah.
As far as the beefs and shit, it's a little different. I feel like for women, just for the simple fact that, again, I'll dial back to saying that it is a male-dominated industry. You have a lot of males in this shit, and I'm not just speaking industry like in artists. I'm talking about CEOs.
Oh yeah.
Chairmen and A&Rs. A lot of males. I know a couple, you know, women, but it's very male-dominated. I feel like, as far as like where we should be going with it, I think we're in a great direction. I feel like we're in a great direction with how it's going, how it's looking. I think we're scaring the man too a little bit. And I love it. I love it.
It's a good time for y'all right now. It's a great time. I saw a list one time. It was so long. I was like, whoa, I didn't know
it's a great time.
It was that many.
Speaking of a list, I saw a list on Instagram. Somebody actually sent me in my DMs. And last year, I was like number 114. I was like, damn. I got a lot of work to do, bitch. But this year,
what was your?
A bitch is like number 43. And I can respect that, but I will not accept that. It's a difference between respecting that shit and accepting that shit.
Yeah.
A bitch gonna be in top 5, bitch. Yeah. Honestly, number 1. But top 5 I do, you know, I'm just being honest. But with that being said, you know, y'all better fucking watch out for Richie Re. Not Richie Ray. Richie Re.
Richie Re.
Rich bitch shit, no broke shit allowed. You know what I'm saying?
Period. So, I know I'm probably like, you know, asking you all these questions all over the place, but I wanted to know from you, what can we expect to hear for this coming year or just in the future in general? What
so 2021, I'm actually looking forward to doing a couple things a little bit differently. If you guys have been following me, fans, as far as like fan base, I typically put out like different singles every so often, every 2 months here and there. This year I'm actually looking to like, you know, focus on a single, and I want to rock that shit, and I want to get that shit popping even better than the other fucking singles. And I just want to take my time with it, because I feel like everybody has their time. Everybody has that special moment, and I'm actually learning to be patient. I'm actually learning to let the you know, music speak for itself. I'm no longer looking to, you know, try to prove some shit. I'm here because I deserve to be here. And if you don't understand that or see that right now, you'll definitely understand and see that shit very soon, you know. So just stay tuned, you know, just stay tuned for some rich bitch shit. You know, I be popping my shit from here and there. But, you know.
Well, listen, this is the energy we needed.
Absolutely.
You know, we about to be outside, so hopefully.
We about to be outside, y'all.
We already outside.
I need some wood. I ain't got, wait. This is wood right here. We need some wood. We about to be outside, COVID-free, no mask, in the name of him. You know, we about to be doing it. Definitely.
Yes, you about to be on tour. You about to be in the studio.
Oh my God.
You about to be doing it.
Speaking, I received all of that. Definitely.
Manifest it.
I'm telling you.
You gonna get it. But I'm so excited to see what you got next. And
absolutely.
Definitely let us know what projects you got. You know, keep us tuned in.
Wait, before we go, so I do got a little mixtape coming up. You know, I'm from Flint, Michigan. Y'all already know. Y'all always talking about some dirty water and shit. A bitch got a fucking mixtape called Dirty Water. So y'all gonna stop asking me about the fucking Dirty Water. I got a mixtape called Dirty Water, and it's gonna have all the motherfucking hottest fucking artists from Flint, Michigan on that bitch, dope. With the only female on that shit. So with that being said, we checking out with Richie, the motherfucking queen of Flint, Michigan. You dig?
You heard it here, Hip Hop Basement. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry, I'm so nervous.
That was really good.